Hello, what's your name?
My name's Rosie.
Nice to meet you, Rosie.
Nice to meet you too.
Rosie, how old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
Rosie, now look at the pictures. I have two pictures. This is my picture and this is your picture. My picture, there is the same, nearly the same yours, but there is some difference. And now I'm going to about my picture. And you please listen and tell me how your picture is different. Ready?
Okay.
In my picture, the weather is sunny.
In my picture, the weather is cloudy.
Yes. In my picture, there are three boats.
In my picture, there are two boats.
Yes. In my picture, there are three pink flowers.
In my picture, there are three blue flowers.
Yes. In my picture, the tower is green.
In my picture, the tower is yellow.
In my picture, there is a glass of lemonade between the watermelon and the girl.
In my picture, there is some cookie between the girl and the watermelon.
Yes. In my picture, there is a boy next to the girl.
In my picture, there is no boy next to the girl.
In my picture, there is a ball in front of the girl.
In my picture, there is no ball in front of the girl.
Yes. In my picture, there are three cups on the table.
In my picture, there are 4 cups on the table.
In my picture, there is a mat under the table.
In my picture, there is no mat under the table.
In my picture, there is a phone on the wall.
In my picture, there is no phone on the wall.
In my picture, the keys are on the wall.
In my picture, there is the key. The keys are on the table.
3 keys are on the table, right? In my picture, the stove is green.
In my picture, the stove is white.
In my picture, the girl is brushing her hair.
In my picture, the girl is looking at the mirror.
Good. In my picture, the man is walking with a dog.
In my picture, the man is walking with the cat.
In my picture, there are 4 firefighters.
In my picture, there are 2 firefighters.
That's right. In my picture, the woman is wearing a yellow coat.
In my picture, the girl is wearing a brown coat.
In my picture, the boy with glasses is sitting on a bench.
In my picture, the boy with glasses is standing.
In my picture, there is a building behind the fire truck.
In my picture, there is no building behind the fire truck.
That's right. In my picture, the woman has got brown hair.
In my picture, the woman has got black hair.
In my picture, there are 3 big bowls on a cupboard.
In my picture, there are 3 pink balls on the cupboard.
Sorry, in my picture, there are 3 orange bowls on the cupboard.
In my picture, there are 3 pink balls on the cupboard.
In my picture, there are 4 apples on the table.
In my picture, there are 2 apples on the table.
In my picture, there is a saw next to the food bag.
In my picture, there is a banana is next to the food bag.
The banana next to the food bag. There is a banana next to the food bag. In my picture, the woman is cutting an apple.
In my picture, the woman is cutting a burger.
In my picture, there is a sandwich on the table.
In my picture, there are 2 sandwiches on the table.
In my picture, the pizza is on the cooker.
In my picture, the pizza on the table is on the table.
In my picture, there are 3 people in the family.
In my picture, there are 4 people in the family.
In my picture, there is a rooster.
In my picture, there is no rooster.
In my picture, the horse is brown.
In my picture, the horse is black.
In my picture, the cat is in front of the horse.
In my picture, the cat is between the horse.
No, not between.
behind.
Yes, behind the horse again.
In my picture, the cat is behind the horse.
Yes, in my picture, the woman is holding an apple.
In my picture, the woman is holding a carrot.
In my picture, there is a bird in the sky.
In my picture, there are two birds in the sky.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Lucy.